Welcome to another long-awaited Noisy Finger podcast. We're playing some Dying Light today while we're discussing gaming and general nerdy pop culture. Boys and Taylor, what do you guys want to talk about? We went and saw Deadpool.
Why don't we start with that?
Alright, we'll start with Deadpool.
Yay!
So, Ryan Reynolds has been finally redeemed since his superhero days of the Green Lantern, which was just the fucking worst.
He wasn't too bad in X-Men Origins Wolverine, though.
Yeah, but it wasn't, like, prominent, you know?
I think he was great in the voices. Do you guys remember that movie that I showed you?
That was not a good movie with him.
Yeah, that was not...
It was messed up.
Really? The talking cats and dog? That was.
Did you show me
too?
that? I don't remember seeing
Oh
it.
my god. What? No, maybe it was just... maybe you weren't. Either that or you just don't remember it, Dan.
Yeah, I probably was asleep. I sleep like half the time with you guys.
That was great.
I found that anytime Ryan Reynolds was the lead in something, it was horrible. But he finally did it. As long as you don't put his face on screen, he can act.
I don't think that his face is the problem. That's generally why he controls the whole role, is because he gets the part because he's a good-looking guy. But
yeah,
his personality is like the goofy thing, and this was the first time he's actually been able to fit in the role.
Fits with that's like what Deadpool, his whole thing,
his whole pool. His gene pool.
Is that what you want to say?
is the jokester pool. I tried with that one.
That was I was letting you finish.
Yeah,
because I had confidence.
Cool.
You're cool.
You're cooler.
You're cooliest.
You're cool.
This is hurting me.
This is hurting me. Cool as ice, right?
Well, it is a transformer. So.
I thought it was off.
No,
I have a grenade in my hand.
All right.
So
but
back
anyway.
to Deadpool. Pretty good.
I thought it was phenomenal. If I was gonna have any complaints, let me think of one. That's how good it was. I didn't even think of one beforehand.
How about how it makes people really excited to be there?
God, I hate that.
That's really annoying, right? And then what annoyed me the most was the audience. There are those people who had no idea what Deadpool was.
Yeah,
and they would be like, he's like a superhero, but he's like not a superhero, but he's just like a superhero. But it's funny, I promise.
I read the comics, because I got a lot more stuff.
I at least knew what the fuck I was going into.
Do you want to borrow that sometime? I have Deadpool Classic.
Oh my god, I have so many comics and things.
I know, because you're such a slacker. I don't know why you have that job thing. It really takes away from your whole
I know, right?
Reading.
It does.
So we had an interesting experience during Deadpool. I will tell it since I was in the middle. Turns out Deadpool, proven, causes seizures. Let me tell you why. Joshua, he was looking a little wanky next to me. I was like, oh, he's just tired. He's closing his eyes a bit. And then he just starts kind of falling down towards the person next to him. I'm like, oh, that's an odd place to put your head. And so I grab him, and I'm like, hey, wake up. And there was nothing. I was like, he's just fucking with me. I'll just keep doing it. You were not waking up. Turns out you passed out. And you wouldn't wake up, and I'm like, Carper, I think something's really wrong with Josh. And you're like, oh, is he sleeping? I'm like, no. He won't wake up. So then you did wake up, but you had no idea what the fuck was going on or where you were, really. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah,
I took control.
I was a bit out of it. So it turns out whenever you don't get a whole lot of sleep over the course of a week, and it gets to you. So I just kind of my body shut down and I passed out during Deadpool.
I've passed out before. And so has Dan. Dan, explain your passing out
So one time I was taking a nice pee. I was like, gotta get this urine out of me. Just because Spider-Man just came on TV. And I was like, I'm gonna pee, lay down, watch some Spider-Man. I went to pee, and I just kind of was like, my not seeing as much anymore. And it started getting darker, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm passing out. Here we go. Didn't make any effort to stop it, just knew it was happening. Smacked my face off the shower, and I had a nosebleed. But I woke up, and Spider-Man was over. And I was very upset. I wanted to watch Spider-Man. That was my passing out experience.
What about the other one, Phantom? That one was my favorite.
Oh, God.
Oh, gosh. I'm going to laugh again.
Wait, shit. What did I just do? Oh. Never mind, I'm just doing this.
So in more exciting video game news, The Division, it just had a closed beta, and now it's going to have an open beta, which is exciting.
We played the closed beta, and we have a video of that, which you should watch. But we're going to do another one this weekend. The open beta, we're playing on PlayStation, so we'll be recording Friday or Saturday, probably. And we'll have it up by the end of the weekend. But what they're changing, they're fixing Dark Zone stuff, so it's less cheap. They're adding, so there's a lot more NPCs in the Dark Zone.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Which I think is a good idea.
But for some reason, they're not doing it in the normal zone, which I find kind of odd.
I think they have that more. It's designed more with a purpose, where they're like, this is what this area is supposed to be like. Where in the Dark Zone, it's all just kind of random because of the whole PvP aspect. But it'll give you more of a chance to incorporate PvE in the Dark Zone, which I like because I'm all about PvE and like cooperation opposed to being an asshole and killing each other.
I don't know, being an asshole would be fun.
It is fun when you're good at it, but I find typically they're better than me at being an asshole. Like in GTA Online, I'm just sitting there like, this is fucking dumb. I stopped playing. That's why I didn't play GTA Online. So I was just annoyed by all the assholes.
Just become a better asshole.
I gotta start,
Asshole.
Do you think there's asshole exercises?
I think there's an asshole class, and it's called football. I'm kidding.
The fuck does that
You
mean?
play football.
Me?
No, John.
Oh, yeah.
I did play
You
football.
and your moving around.
Sports, what is that?
But I'm really excited to play the Division open beta. And it'll be cool with more people. I hope they add another mission.
They are.
Okay. Are they leaving the last mission?
Yes, they're going to have 2 story missions because they wanted to have like another fast travel point because that was a huge complaint for the first one.
Okay.
They had to run
I
everywhere.
can see that.
Which it seems like a lot of that is running, and I don't know if I like that.
I'm into it
Running's
because
a lot of work.
I find that, like, cars make the map feel smaller. You know what I mean? And I think it'll give you... It will force you to explore when you're walking. And I really like that.
But you also have New York entirely.
It's just Manhattan, right?
Well, yeah. New York City.
So that will add length to the game also, you know? Which is something I want out of it. I don't want another Destiny. I know everybody compares it to Destiny, and I'm not sure if I'm willing to flat out say, oh, another Destiny, but it definitely has the potential to really fuck us like Destiny did.
Well, that potential comes responsibility.
Just like Spider-Man.
I tried.
Which you didn't get to
Once
watch.
again, I tried that
Which I didn't get to watch because of my
episode.
my whole thing.
I think they'll probably do a decent job because they've had more time to refine it, and they've seen the feedback that Destiny got.
That's true.
So-
But Destiny made...
It made so much money.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because people were just stupid and just kept pouring money into it. Josh,
I put a lot of money in
you
that
did.
game.
The thing about long development cycles, though, they talked about Destiny. The first time Destiny was mentioned was in Halo 3. There was a poster of Destiny, and that was the first time it was mentioned. So, like, it must have been, and it had the ball and shit.
Well, it
so
might have just been concept back then.
yeah, but like, I'm gonna say in 2013 when they showed that gameplay footage, they didn't have anything fucking done but that gameplay footage because it took 3 years. I don't know. I don't think there's as much work into it as we think.
Probably. And like only I forget what the time frame before it was, but a very short period of time before it was released, they just threw out the entire story.
Yeah, with Destiny, that was
Yeah.
a bunch of...
So
that was dumb.
I mean, it wasn't
Wait,
good.
they gave you the story before you...
No, they
There
just
was
got rid of it.
someone took a survey and stuff about the story and explained this whole elaborate, cool story. And then they were like, yeah, we don't have enough time or money to do that, so we're just scrapping it all. And this is what we're going to make this piece of shit. So, and that's why Destiny sucked. And I really was disappointed by the story. And I just wanted... What I want is an RPG. I don't want a run-around shoot-a-thon. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm worried about with The Division.
I feel like The Division would be a good game on its own. It doesn't even need the multiplayer thing.
Yeah. I want it to be... I want this Dark Zone shit, which is not shit. I'm just saying shit. But to not be the priority of the game. I want the story to be the priority.
It probably will be.
Yeah, and that's why I'm... that's why I'm really not overly enthused by the chances of it doing well. I mean, it's going to do well, but it being good.
Well, I don't know, because I feel like that's essentially their version of Endgame, so that's where you get all the good loot and stuff.
That's true.
Yeah.
So people are going to come back to it no matter what. It just depends on, like, because people are addicted to that type of stuff.
Because it's made to be addictive.
Call of Duty.
Because, yeah, that's like Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, that kind of shit is made and designed with, like, gambling experts in mind because it's made to be addictive. Because it,
like cigarettes
just
and alcohol.
It gives you small rewards with the promise of a big gain at the end, you know? And that's the point. Because, like, in gambling, you're like, oh, I just made $20, that $1,000 right around the corner. And that's the kind of thing with, like, World of Warcraft and Destiny. It's like, here's some tokens. One day you're going to get that great armor, but you can't wait, you know? So, I hope they don't do that kind of shit with The Division.
If they could just somehow perfect the Dark Zone, but then once they do that, leave it. And then they can work on the rest of the content and make that a better game. Because that's what's going to be, like, the thing that keeps people coming back, is if there's DLCs and stuff like that. Because there's not much you can do with the Dark Zone past the initial launch, I guess.
Yeah. I also want to... They're probably only... we're probably just thinking about the Dark Zone so much because it's a multiplayer beta. Like, it's made to test servers.
Yeah.
And they're just giving us this little story mission. So hopefully it might seem a little deceitful just looking at the beta.
That's also, they don't call it... I'm not on my game today.
You're really they're struggling. But speaking of DLC, I want to talk about the Fallout DLC. They announced 3 DLCs. The first one comes out in May, and then every month accordingly.
Wait, for what? Fallout?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna buy the season pass probably.
Yeah, that's the big thing. People are upset that they're raising the price of the season pass. The first DLC, which is called
I have no idea.
it's about robots. Oh, I looked away.
Animatronic.
Animatron something, but that doesn't matter. Pretty much what it's adding is a small story elements, and it's allowing you to... It's about a person that makes robots and is taking over shit, and you have to take them down.
The Institute?
No, not that kind of robots. Like the Sentry bots and the Assaultrons.
Those are so hard to beat.
So you have to fight those kind of shit. But
I don't know about that.
what you can do is they're adding robot crafting, so you can make custom companions and robots in that
interesting.
element. Yeah. So that's going to be cool as shit.
You know what I did once?
What?
So I cheated a mission.
Okay.
I had to do. Did you get what's his face? He's like the mercenary you can hire in the basement of that bar in Good Neighbor. What is his name? McCready. Okay. So his mission is you have to go defeat these 2 guys who are like ringleaders in some thing that's like chasing him or something. And when I went to go do it, there was like an Assaultron and all these like different robots that were way too hard for me to beat. So what I did, you had to like take this escalator up to the top and then shoot them, and the escalator would take a while. So I would go up on the top, sniped the 2 guys I needed to kill and leave, and didn't kill anybody else. And then I passed it, and then the guy was like, well, now that they're all wiped out, they'll never come get me. I'm like, well, little do you know, there's a shit ton of them left. But I cheated then.
Oh, well, there you go, Bob's Drunk.
Yeah.
But that first DLC, that's going to be $10. Second DLC is adding, it's not a story DLC. It's only $5, and it adds, like mechanic shit and, like, your ability to just, like, more customization. And you can, what you can do is you can capture any creature, including raiders, deathclaws. You can capture them, tame them, make them into companions, or you can have them battle. And
That is so cool! Deathclaws? That's really cool.
You can make traps and stuff, and you can catch them. So that's what that DLC is about. It doesn't add any story missions or anything, though. So it's only $5. And then the last one is $25. And that one is going to be, quote, the biggest DLC Bethesda has ever made. Biggest map. Most story. It's going to be huge. So that's $25 on its own. So it's going to be like $40 for everything. So they're raising the price March 1st.
Well, I'm going to buy it now while it's still $30.
Yeah. So I find all that incredibly interesting. I'm really excited to play them. They got the DLC out really fast. I thought it'd take longer, honestly, to get that shit ready. Also, there was all that speculation from people about, like, modders finding, like, harpoon guns and shit that weren't in the game. And they're like, oh, they're going to have underwater DLC and stuff. So that's really cool that now we know what it is. And we'll hopefully get an idea what they're going to implement.
Alan thought there was going to be, my brother thought there was going to be a underwater DLC too, because he was exploring the underwater stuff, and it was just so big.
Yeah.
There's so much.
There's a lot of shit that they don't show you. But it's not even going to be in that map. And it's a whole different map.
They should make an underwater DLC, though.
Yeah, they'll probably give you the ability to do some underwater stuff that you can implement in the Capital Wasteland. No, that's
No,
yeah.
Oh,
the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be predominantly most useful in the new area. So that's gonna be cool as dicks. I'm really excited about playing that.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna buy the thingy.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it.
Are you?
I'm gonna buy it before it goes up.
I don't know if I'm gonna buy it before, because I might just, like, sometimes it'll pick and choosy. Like for Skyrim, I didn't buy the Hearthstone DLC.
I did. I bought just the
I got the Legendary Edition.
Yeah, I got the.
Oh yeah. See, I bought it. I pre-ordered Skyrim. So.
I had that edition. Then we bought the Legendary Edition and gave my old one to a friend for Christmas. So it worked out.
That's the way to go.
So you're gonna pick and choose?
Yeah. I might hold back on the $5 one because I'm all about that story, and I don't see myself tinkering with the whole capturing and stuff because I don't have the patience.
Oh, I'd do it.
I mean, if it turns
a
out
Deathclaw
like
pet?
if you can do
That
really
sounds
cool
awesome.
shit with it, I'll be like, sure. But if it's nothing like, and I'm sure the modding community won't spend shit on it because they just
Ooh, that's cool
won't make
looking.
a mod. Yeah, it's pretty. I'm going to a volatile hive.
Ugh.
But
Didn't you just get messed up by like 2 of them?
yeah. So something I want to know about personally is they promise that they're adding modding to PS4 and Xbox One for Fallout. I want to know when that's live.
Probably a long time.
Probably
They don't want you
after
to
the
do that.
DLC comes out, so that
They'll
way...
get all the DLC money and then go, oh, okay, by the way, you can mod
You
it.
can just mod it and download a mod of the DLC, which is what happened with Skyrim for the PC. Everybody's like, oh, why would I buy this mod? I mean, buy this DLC if there's a mod right here that lets me make houses, you know? And also, fucking Skyrim on the PS3 was the biggest steaming piece of shit. And the DLC, I don't know if you guys remember this, there's a huge fucking thing where the DLC didn't come out on PlayStation for like months later because they just couldn't get it to work. Because they made such horrible coding for
My 360 crashed all the time.
but they came out on the 360 and then like 3 months later, it came out on the PS4. I mean, the PS3, and it was just.
I would be
so
like 3 months
goddamn
later for the
frustrating.
PS4. Wow, that was pretty fast
Yeah.
turnaround.
It came out for the PS4 before the PS4 even came out.
Yeah.
It's a hipster game.
Yeah. So that pissed me off, and I was really worried that they were gonna fuck.
Better to be pissed off than pissed on, though, right?
Exactly.
Well, they wouldn't do that with this generation because they want to prioritize PS4 since it's the dominant one.
Well, the thing with that is they favor Xbox because they gave Xbox a free copy of Fallout 3, but that's just because it's backwards compatible, I guess. But still, they're getting modding and stuff first because of Windows 10, Xbox One connectability.
Yeah.
It'll be easier. But I don't want them to use that as an excuse to fuck PlayStation players because I'm tired of Bethesda fucking PlayStation players. Holy shit, there's too many of them. I'm leaving.
No, go for it.
Do you see how many of those are?
Do it.
Look at my minimap.
Can you like save here and then?
No, I cannot.
Okay. Well,
But no, I can't.
kick their ass. Do it.
That's a lot.
Can
Do
you
it,
like
Janine.
attract them one at a
Yeah.
time?
They swarm.
We'll get them to swarm on you and just blow them up.
So I'm playing Dying Light, the following, which is the DLC for Dying Light. I liked Dying Light when it came out. It didn't have the best reviews, and I understand why, because the story was complete shit. It was the most generic, mercenaries are taking advantage of the zombie apocalypse, and you have to stop them, and blah, blah, blah. But this one is cool as dicks, because it's got mysticism and shit, and you get your own car. I'm sorry, I'm trying to focus on my horrible murder. Oh,
You're
God.
getting swatted. Jump across the head.
Oh no! Alright, I have 1 health.
You're alive.
No, you're not gonna be for long.
Yeah, you're toast. So the
Ooh.
biggest thing that you were excited about when you were telling us about it
the
earlier,
cars.
the cars.
Oh, yes. I love anything that lets you customize a personal vehicle or something. And that's something... I don't have Mad Max, right? But I want Mad Max because of that exact reason, but hers kind of shitty. But you can customize your car in this, and it kind of makes me feel survival-y because you have to find fuel in cars, you can find paint jobs, and you have to learn how to craft parts because your parts break over time.
What other kind of jobs can you find?
Answer that, and then I have a
What
question.
was your question?
What other kind of jobs can you find? Like, there's paint jobs, and then there's like temp jobs.
a
and
lawyer.
Lawyers and doctors.
Bike cop.
Oh, my favorite are lollipop makers,
That's your favorite?
candy makers, candy shops.
Burps.
So now, you're excited about the cars in this.
Uh-huh.
Yet, you wouldn't want cars in the Division. But
Yes.
they could do the same exact thing that they do with this.
Here's the
But
problem
this
with
is
that.
zombies.
This is a rural
Rural.
setting
Carl.
where the Division, I
Oh,
think,
Carl.
wouldn't benefit from cars because
I see one.
But there's still long
Look, he
stretches
sees
where you
you.
have to get from point A to point B, and you
Just
may
kick-
not... With the way it is now...
there's fast travel. This game doesn't have fast travel.
Maybe you want to take the scenic route. Sometimes I don't always fast travel in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, but
And that's what makes the
when
game
you
bigger.
don't have an option to fast travel, the car seems more necessary to me. Where in a game like The Division, if you just fast travel and drive everywhere, you're just going to get right to your mission, do the mission without any exploration, you know? And that's like Fallout. I feel the same way, you know, in games like that. I think it's really wise not to make traveling too quick.
As long as you have explorable things.
Yeah, where I imagine The Division will. Unless they fuck us, you know, like Destiny, with that whole open world bullshit. That was the stupidest thing in the world.
What, open world, or the fact that it wasn't open world?
The open world was nothing. You just ran around and picked up goo, and
Yeah,
it was retarded.
you ran through an area, and then you did the next mission, and then you went through it backwards.
Yeah, that was the worst.
They're coming out with the second one.
Division 2, I mean, Destiny 2.
2.
Yeah, but they're releasing 2 more story.
What I read was they're gonna have a small DLC thing that I think is free sometime this spring of 2016. And it's just going to be like weapons and armor and stuff. Really simple stuff.
No level increase.
There is going to be a light level increase, yes.
Again.
And then what they're going to do in the fall is like a very heavy one. Kind of
Like
the
Taken King.
Yeah, like the Taken King.
Okay.
That's probably going to be a lot of money and most likely a separate purchase that's not included with the season pass.
Oh,
That's
God.
stupid.
Yep.
I hate that shit.
Yep.
What was the point of the fucking season pass?
I don't
2
know.
DLCs?
You
How
got-
much was it?
The season pass?
Yeah.
I think it was like $30.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
40. Was it?
That's not worth
It
it.
was 30 and then the 2 DLCs were 20 each, so you saved
Oh, okay.
$10.
That's retarded.
But
Yeah, but they're not worth 20.
no, they're not.
No, absolutely not.
Maybe combined it would be worth
Is that
20.
bugs?
Yeah. It's like
But, but I think I know you give it a lot of shit, but they recovered with the Taken King. If that was what they released originally, that would have been the best game ever.
No.
Yes!
Absolutely
Yes!
not. There's just as much. They made a slightly more story, but still no backstory. Like, the universe has no kind of creation at all. You're just like, the darkness is coming.
It does, but they did it in a horrible way. 'Cause you have to go online and read the Grimoire cards.
Yeah. Why don't they put that shit in the game where it belongs?
Because they had to throw out everything before. They just needed
And
more
you're saying
time.
that's the best game ever?
You trusted my words.
You said that would be the
It was a figure of
You
speech.
did. You said it.
It would have been the
do you
best.
mean
It would have been
figure
the
of
best game of the
speech?
year. 'Cause
No.
that was not a good year for games.
Are you kidding me? Shadow of Mordor?
Oh,
Shadow of Mordor was the
Yeah,
shit.
that was very short, though.
I don't know. I spent a lot of time in it. Well, I did platinum it though, so I spent.
The thing is, I
story itself
played
was really short.
Destiny the most out of anything.
Because it's a gambling game.
Yeah, but that's how you get people to come back.
Yeah, I don't consider that artful.
it's hard.
It has its way. It has a beautiful shooting mechanic.
That I can appreciate that, but
Doesn't make it. A
if
good
that's
game.
all you've got, I'm not calling it anything special. Because you can adapt that into an actual game with story and stuff, and then you
like
have a
The
good
Last of Us.
game. Like The Last of Us
Oh
had.
God, The Last of Us.
I still need
Oh.
to play that.
Oh God, it's so good though.
Do you
It's
ever-
so good. He has PS4, so it'd be remastered.
I don't have the remastered edition. I was
have
thinking about getting it.
I have to
I'm
play
not
it, I got
wasting
it.
my money. I looked at Tasia's. It's really not. It has just all the DLCs.
And it's photo
And
mode
then-
and shit.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's
I like
just
photo mode.
It's just a PS3 game on a PS4.
Yeah.
Did you do? You should do the DLC. Did you do the DLC?
I did not
Oh,
do the
I do
DLC.
the DLC.
I plan on it.
It's
though.
really actually good. Because if they were to make a Last of Us 2, I think that they should base it off of how they did the DLC. Because I feel like the Last of Us had a little bit too much of fighting. Like, I liked the amount, but I think that it was
Okay.
like really, really heavy, constantly throwing it at you. And I like the idea of being able to explore things more and interact with things more. I kind of like that. Because the story was so intricate that that's important. And with Ellie's like DLC thing, it lets you like do that and not as fight
She's
as
a
much.
lesbian, right?
Yeah, she likes a lady.
So this is the second Noisy Finger podcast.
Oh, I want to talk about our schedule. This will be every Friday. Come out.
Yeah, let's do that.
Every Friday we'll do one. We're gonna be consistent with it now. It's gonna be a gaming-focused podcast, and with occasional like nerd news. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Come back for more content. We have a Let's Play in Sports Friends coming out this weekend, and is that it?
Yeah.
Helldivers we just did that. So check it out. I'll see you guys next week.
Kiss the camera, bye. No, kiss
Bye.
it. Kiss it.
No.
Okay.